I wanted to talk about something that is really, really on my heart, and I think that it is a great, great topic to have. So we have this whole thing going on with Roe v. Wade, and guys, it is an unprecedented thing in our time. You have to remember that we are at on the brink of a genocide of over 50 million babies, something like 63 million babies, and that's just from from 73, and that's just 1973, and that's just in America. Um, and we are on the brink of that being overturned and really being handed back down to the states. It's not going to cancel out abortion, let's be honest. But I want to ask this question: in the midst of all this happening right now, where are the 60 million Christians who go to church every single week? Where are they? There are 60 million Christians who go to church in America every single week. Statistically, where are they in this whole discussion? It's interesting that we have more Christians talking about a celebrity, slapping somebody on stage or whatever, or a cat coughing up a hairball or whatever. I don't know. And also, where's our leaders in the church on this topic? It was very hard to find content from any pastor anywhere on this topic. And here's the thing, guys: it's controversial. And if it's controversial, people don't want to talk about it. And that is the reason why this channel exists, is to discuss these things and to bust the bubble that the church is in. That we have built this bubble where we can only talk about things that are politically correct. We can only talk about things that we consider non-controversial. And let's be honest, Jesus was controversial. Everything about Jesus, his followers, everything about them was controversial. So I want to take you down this path here really quickly and have you think about how do you think, okay? Because you might not think as a Christian. This is a very Christian topic. Like, what do you mean, how do I think? Okay, well, here's the thing. um did you know that you can have a renewed heart but not a renewed mind? Okay, this is in the Bible. You can have a renewed heart but not a renewed mind. So how you think about things in the world and how those things impact you and impact life, and how you see those things in perspective to God in the Bible, is important. I think more and more we see that people in the church, that even leaders in the church, okay, pastors of some of the biggest churches out there, they don't actually have a fully renewed mind. And I'm in no way saying I have a fully renewed mind either, but I'm saying that we have got to have this discussion, guys. This is the biggest topic. This is the most Christian topic out there. Okay, and where the heck are we? And guys, there should be 60 million Christians screaming from the rooftops right now, and then the other 180 million Christians or more who claim to be Christians in America. uh they should all be saying something. But here's the thing, guys. The reality is, like I said, most of those people don't have a renewed mind. They have a renewed heart, but they don't have a renewed mind. You might be saying, well, where is that in the Bible? Or what do you mean? I am a Christian. I'm merely saying, are you thinking about abortion from a biblical perspective? Because when I was young, I was more pro-choice just because I didn't know anything. Okay. Um, I honestly just didn't know. But the more I looked at it in the Bible, it is undeniable that there is no place in the Bible that supports abortion at all. Here's the thing: there's this place where Jesus was going back to Jerusalem, and he was walking with his disciples back to Jerusalem for the Passover. And he said, "Look, guys, not just are we going back to celebrate Passover and have this huge party out here and all this stuff, and we're going to do teaching and all this crazy stuff, but he goes, I am going to die. I'm going to die on behalf of you and all of you, and that's just what's going to happen. I'm going to be crucified." And here is Peter, who steps up and gets in Jesus's face and says, "It says, no, you're not. You are not going to die. I will not let you die. I will not. You will not die." And Jesus replies to him, and people remember the first thing that Jesus said, where he said, "Get behind me, Satan." Most people remember that, or they've heard pastors talk about that. What they don't realize is the second sentence that Jesus said. The second sentence that he said, "For you are not mindful of the things of God." Essentially, what he was saying is, you're being an imbecile. Okay, you don't have a renewed mind, even though you're following me, even though you're a Christian, even though you've done some miracles in my name, even though blah, 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 even though you go to a great church, whatever the modern day equivalent is, okay, even though you worship God, even though you've been a pastor, even though you've whatever, you do not have a renewed mind. He says, dude, he's essentially saying, dude, you think like the world. You don't think like the Bible. So I want to challenge you on that, guys. How are we thinking about abortion? And here's the thing, okay? I want to lay out this contrast between what we think, because I've had people say, well, it's not our job to go out there and to win these battles. This is our politicians, man. We have got to get our politicians to come in line. And I said, dude, who do you think votes for politicians? Who do politicians serve? They serve people who vote for them. So if 180 million Americans who claim to be Christians said, we believe in this, what do you think politicians will magically believe? Do you see what I'm saying? So there's this cart before the horse thing that we get confused. We're like, I don't understand why politicians. No, dude, you do understand. It's because you say nothing. It's because you do nothing. It's because you act like nothing is going on. But when you get in your Christian circle, when you get to that hour and 15 minutes of church, when you walk onto the church campus, when you talk to another Christian, when you talk in your Bible study, oh man, you're the most bold Christian. Praise Jesus. But the moment you get outside of that, you would never know. We would never know. And the equivalent to that for people who are in leadership in the church, for pastors, people who have a ministry where they speak, where are they? Why is it that I would honestly say, I mean, I searched a lot, 95% of pastors did not say one thing last weekend about the most influential, most crazy thing that could happen for the life of children. The one issue that is so tied to Christianity. I mean, everybody, whether you're religious or not, you know that abortion is tied to Christianity, that Christians believe in pro-life. Where were they? Now, look, on one hand, I was happy because I was clapping that, hey, man, at least we had 5%. At least 5% had the balls to say something, okay? But where were the rest? You know why? You know what they were doing? I'll tell you what they were doing. They were in the church bubble. They were in the bubble that they've created where they've got to get butts and seats, that pays the bills, that gets the most ties in. They don't want to say anything controversial, aka Jesus-like, because Jesus was the most controversial figure in world history. And you can prove this. There has never been a more controversial figure than Jesus. Not Martin Luther King, not Gandhi, not Hitler. There has never been a more controversial person than Jesus. But pastors, leaders, people with a Christian platform, nothing to say. Now, what's funny is the further you get away from the bubble, okay, when you get to the Blaze, the Chad Prathers of the world, when you get to, those kind that the pastor's like, oh yeah, it's those guys, but they're not really doing like the ministry, really. So who's moving the topic forward? Who's educating the people? Who is pastoring the church on all topics that relate to something practical, which, by the way, you live in a practical world. So you could say almost all topics that relate to something normal. Guys, if you don't declare what you believe, your value system has no value. I'm going to say that again. If you don't declare what you believe, when you see that video online, when you see that post online, when you see somebody say something, when you watch a video or watch something and you think, man, I wish I would just post this on my social media. But instead, I'll post about Will Smith and Chris Rock. Or instead, I'll post about, I'll get, 37 photos of selfies of me. I'll pick the right one. I'll dazzle up my skin tone, and I'll put the right filter on, and then I'll throw that out there. Okay, if you do that, awesome. But is your mind renewed? Do you have enough guts? Do you have enough wherewithal? Do you have enough self-awareness to also make a post about important issues that every one of your neighbors, that every one of your children, that everyone in your family will be impacted by? Do you say anything? Or do you just live in the bubble? I find it interesting that we look at something like life on Mars. Life on Mars. Okay. How do you know? I don't know, man. We just saw like a piece of ice and it had this thing and it kind of looked like a piece of, it looked like a bacteria. Okay. Is that bacteria alive? No. So dead bacteria on Mars. That might be bacteria. Not sure, but it might be likely. But that's life. And then you go hear a baby's heart. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in the womb. Tissue, man. Hello. So let me know what you think. Say something, guys. Be the church. Don't get caught up in the church bubble. The world has no time for that. And guys, we got to do better than that. So that's the video for today. Thanks for hanging out. Guys, you guys are doing amazing. We are almost at 500 subscribers in 3 freaking months. I cannot believe it. I literally can't believe that. I was telling somebody just today and yesterday, and I mean, I can't believe it. You guys are doing so awesome. Thanks for sharing. The Tom McDonald video blew up. It's our most viral video so far. But guys, all because of you guys. It's all because of you guys. You guys are getting out there, getting engaged, watching the videos, and just being awesome. So I appreciate you guys. God bless you guys. I'll be here every day. Talk to you tomorrow.